All right, and we're back. Back to 5 sets of 20. Today I was able to get another rep on yesterday. This is more than 24 hours now, so this is probably pushing 26 hours since the last workout, and felt good today. You know, yesterday, that last set, when you fail movement and when you push, the set that high or that hard, and you basically get within one rep of failure, it takes a lot out of you. And yesterday I felt my right pec, that sharpness, that complete exhaustion, that soreness type thing, like I've really maybe torn some. That's probably a strong word. I don't like the word torn. It's not injured, but it's like really stretched out, from the work. I thought, maybe today I won't be able to put in a lot of work, but 26 hours later, I feel great. Back at it. I did a night shift last night as well, so I've had 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So it even goes to show you don't really need sleep either. It's just you need time away from the stimulus to get back to some sort of normality. Having said, I did have a nap yesterday before work, so it's not all, running on 4 hours. It's a bit more than that. But another 5 sets of 20. This is becoming a very normal thing now. I think this is like 4 days in a row of really 5 days in a row or something like that of getting after it. I really want to make this the norm. I really want to make this an absolute norm. Where I can hit every single day, 7 days a week, maybe even more, string 2 weeks together or something with hitting 5 sets of 20. And eventually my gut feeling is that you will get so comfortable with that load, with that repetition scheme, that when you have 1 day off, let's say, or you have 1 day where you take it really easy, and then that next day you'll be able to overreach and maybe get 30 repetitions on one of those sets, and then that will be a very clear indicator that I've taken a large step forward, and then maybe 160s on the menu. So it gets to a point where this is kind of like built-in periodization in a way, and this is kind of my favorite. I know I've spoken to you a bunch of you guys about periodization, and I've always kind of gravitated to this type of periodization where you stay with the weight, you fix the weight, kind of like the MRI period with the squat. You fix the weight, so it's constantly the same, and you just get after it, man. You get after it, you smash it out, and you build, let's say, a callus for that particular weight, and then you can kind of endure all this work on top of work, on top of work, on top of work. And let's say, over the span of, let's say freaking 12 weeks, 3 months, even if you stay with the same repetitions and same sets, those reps and repetitions, those sets will become easier as you go along. And so the periodization is the fact that you are sticking with the same weight and you have made this basically comfortable. And so at the start of, let's say, those 3 months, the 5 sets of 20 was very difficult to attain. After 12 weeks of this, it's a freaking breeze. You're doing it every single day. You're absolutely doing it every single day. And so after the 3 month period, that is not what it used to be. And so then you can take another step forward, maybe, go to next weight up or go to the high repetitions or do something, change something. And then just stay in that next bracket for a while and allow the body to adapt. I think too often, this is my experience, this is why I don't like traditional periodization. I think too often we're so how should I say, impatient with what's going on, and we're like, no, I'm going to force the body. I'm going to tell the body a bit more weight, a bit more reps, a bit more sets, a bit more rate, and then reset, and then keep going and keep going and keep going. And so then we're kind of like forcing biology to do its thing with all these different, adjusting parameters constantly, where the biology would have done it anyway if you just stayed with the same stimulus and allowed it to conquer that stimulus, instead of changing the stimulus all the time and for the body kind of always running around. I like this, and the one biggest reason why I like this is that I'm able to live my life with it. So every single day I come in here with the expectation of hitting 5 sets of 20. All my shifts, nights, earlys, lates, stress, no time, school, pick up, drop off, basketball, kids, coaching, all this stuff. All that stuff is going on, but I know what the expectation is every single day. And so I don't have a awfully demanding day in the week where it falls on a really bad, busy day for me and I just get caught up. No, I just, every day I exist and I give you the same stimulus, and it's not like a stimulus where it's going to absolutely tax me out. And I stay with that stimulus for a long time and allow the body to catch up. Once it catches up, I take a large step. So it's kind of like a step loaded function where you stay on the same step of those stairs for a long period of time. And when you hit particular parameters, let's say I hit a set of 30, eventually, you know, when I can, okay, that's a really good indicator that I've conquered that previous step. I take a light step. Maybe I go to sets of 30, or maybe I'll go to 110 kilos on the squat, or do something, change something, whatever you fancy, whatever rep range you want to be in, but you do that. That's kind of what I've always gravitated towards. And then let's say, in a little while, you go on a holiday and you really jump off those stairs altogether. You jump off and you let everything wash away. And then you go again. And maybe you start on a higher step on that ladder, on those stairs, just one step higher than you previously started the whole, let's say, program or periodization. That's always been my thing. I've always hated the idea of forcing adaptations, like forcing the body. You know, because how do you really know if it's ready? How do you really know? Like, why do you have to work so hard all the time? I'd rather add volume, survive that next lot of volume. I feel like it's just better for me. The way my demeanor is, the way my personality is. I like working hard, you know, putting in the work, but I don't like getting agitated. I don't like getting hyped. I don't like aggression in the gym. I don't like that. I like this steady calmness about it. And this is probably why I loved and I got attracted to the whole, you know, squatting every day in high frequency, because it allows you to put in lots and lots of work. So push that volume, push that frequency, but allow that intensity, that neural drive to be calm. Because I don't know, dude, like I work in ED, I work with a lot of stress and I see a lot of things. The last thing I want to do is come in here and have another war to fight. I don't want that. I want this to be therapeutic. I want this to be almost meditation-like. And this is what this is for me. Occasionally, sure, I'll have a fist fight with the weights, but I don't want that to be all the time, 3 times a week, where I'm pushing 5 sets of 5 and I'm dying in here. That's just not a good existence for me. I like to just flow. And that's why I get attracted to this type of periodization. Everyone's different. Your personality is different to mine, probably your stage in life, lots of different things. But I encourage you to take all of that into consideration when you're deciding how to train. Appreciate you guys, like always. I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace out.